HOTS aborted the launch of Comma's first consumer self-driving product, the Comma One, after regulators wrote him a letter outlining safety concerns and potential compliance issues. To avoid any legal gray area this time, the Comma 2 ships with only dashcam software pre-installed. HOTS offers the OpenPilot software for free as an add-on.
We don't sell software.
Right.
The software is speech. It is free, and the user chooses whatever software they'd like to install.
OpenPilot is an advanced driver assistance system. I will be ready to take over at any time.
In terms of how you're framing the company and the company's mission, right? It used to be you were building self-driving cars. Now it seems like you're framing it more in terms of advanced driver assistance. So
maybe we said stuff with a little more hype. My distaste for hype has grown immensely in the last 2.5 years. It was always really the same thing.
Is it in response to regulators like really being touchy about that particular language, like self-driving cars?
It doesn't matter. People know how good it is. You can watch videos on YouTube, 100 miles driving hands-free, and then you look and you're like, wait, this is just a user of the product, and there's 100 more videos just like it. Oh, the lawyers and the regulators, they hate terms like that. You know what? Take your terms, man. Take your terms.
What about safety, especially after the headlines made by that tragic death in Phoenix?
Yeah, so safety is, and this isn't a cliche thing, but it's all about safety for us. Cybersecurity was considered from the very beginning.
It uses our purpose-built sensors and compute systems to deliver superhuman performance,
superhuman perceptory powers,
superhuman levels of safety.
HOTS rejects suggestions that his system is any less safe than those of his competitors because it runs on a phone.
We've driven over 10 million miles now, no injuries, no fatalities. Like I don't sell safety, right? Our slogans are like make driving chill and ghost riding for the masses. And actually, I think that marketing safety and actual safety are opposite things, right? The more you tell something that something is safe, the less care they're gonna take with it. But that's the world today where you have companies saying, we have space age safety, and people are like, that's a company who cares about safety. And you have Comma AI, well, they're running an Android phone. I just, the people, they don't look, they don't critically think.
So one of the big concerns with your system that I've seen based on our initial conversation is that people think that this is going to get hacked, right? They see a phone, they say, okay, somebody's going to hack into this. I don't want that in my car. What's your response to that?
Where are all these bad people? Where are all these hackers, right? Hackers are just, hackers are practically made up to sell security bullshit. The whole, sure, at a state level, the states are all hacking each other. Corporate espionage, sure. Individuals hacking you to crash your car, that doesn't exist. Nobody cares. If an intelligence agency, if a major state wants you dead, you don't have any chance. It doesn't matter. Oh, well, I keep my Linux kernel up to date by compiling the latest. I have Arch Linux. Okay, that's not how they're coming to get you, bro.
Guys, we're close to cracking that human performance barrier and reaching superhuman territory. Superhuman.
Oh, no. This whole space is extremely disappointing.
Why is the whole space disappointing?
There's no way for your average person to distinguish between hype and reality. I mean, at least our stuff is like cool new abilities you get for your car. We're at CES and people are shocked. People are like, wait, no way, that's what it does? Is that possible?
We're at CES and that people are sort of amazed by the technology even here, but you've always said that self-driving is not really your main concern. It's just the coolest application of AI and you want to solve AI, right? Have you seen anything here?
I used to read the CES headlines and there's new cool stuff coming out. What new came out this year?
There's 3 convention halls packed with stuff that people say
There's 3 convention halls packed with businesses trying to participate in this kind of scam economy. Show me something where it's like, I can pay them money and get some new ability, right? For years, this happened. Comma 2 is a new cool ability that you have. What else at CES is like that? It's not. It's just ads.
Do you think there's a sort of fundamental misunderstanding or a malfunction in the way that the technology market is working that's leading to this state of affairs?
The whole ecosystem doesn't understand. They got funding from somebody. Maybe they're selling to another biz dev person in another company who knows how these corporate sales processes work. So someone came up to me yesterday and they're we do data labeling for AI. Do you need data labeling in your company? And they're just so far off the mark because it would take me more time to integrate whatever it is they have than to just build whatever it is they have. Bro, I'll write that in 2 hours in React. What is that? Why does that company exist? I'm an optimist for the long-term future. I want to retire in virtual reality with my AI girlfriend, and I want all these things to happen. And if these things are going to happen, we need to change culture. I tried it with the company and like, it doesn't work. I'll say this now, like I started Comma AI with the explicit intent of changing culture.
Do you have a path to what type of entity or organization would actually be effective in this regard?
Maybe it's like trying to fight for free speech by suppressing ideas. You can't do it, right? If I'm like gonna take the corporate machinery and the corporate language and try to fight against that, well, I don't know if I can. People occasionally give arguments that like, oh, we're in an unprecedented, degree of corporate control. You don't understand. Google just buys any startup that might remotely compete with them. Facebook owns all the other social networks. There's absolute monopolies. There's no way these companies are ever going to be taken down. It's different this time.
Yeah, that's what they said about IBM in the 90s, right?
In reality, it's not different. They ruined it. But everything gets ruined, and that's just what it is. And the next thing's going to be cool, and maybe this is going to be a good decade. Maybe this is going to be the decade of like decentralization, like real decentralization, not scam crypto ICOs, but we start to build systems that are structurally incapable of rent seeking, right? Where anybody can fork it and make it better. I don't know what this looks like.
And you actually proposed that like you wanted to start a religion because you think that's a better way to get at this sort of society moving towards the right direction, right?
It turns out that when you say you're going to start a religion, you get emails from a whole lot of crackpots. I'm not starting a religion. The religion's over.
So this is a weird talk. Don't think of God as a wizard. Think of God as a computer programmer, because that's probably much more likely. Who created the worlds in our world? Computer programmers. So what is God? God's probably a computer programmer.
At South by, I wasn't actually advocating that we try to jailbreak the simulation. It's more of a paradigm for thinking about us as all together, and we should look up and not across.